What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Tattness podcast. As always, I am your host, Tattness, and thanks for listening all over the world, man. You guys have been fucking crazy, like insanely fucking supportive, and I love it. I am so grateful to everybody all over the world, man. The numbers are always up, the people are always supportive and loyal, and I dig it the most. Thank you so fucking much, you guys. It means everything. It's been a crazy couple fucking weeks, you guys. I gotta tell you, man, it seems like, the numbers and everything here, like I said, is blowing up. The show's been fucking blowing up. It's showing up all over the world, which is super cool. And it just seems like fucking people that I haven't heard from in like almost a year are just popping up out of the fucking woodwork. It's crazy. People that fucking deleted me off social media like months ago are starting to fucking, from what I hear, reaching out and trying to fucking contact me and shit. My personal assistant tells me. It's fucking crazy, dude. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it comes with the territory, I guess. Gotta get used to it. It's crazy, but what are you gonna do? You know, I've been into games lately, so I thought real soon I'm going to unveil and debut my Twitch channel, so I thought that'd be cool. Maybe start off with playing Resident Evil 7, and, you know, because that's a fucking intense game, right? We touched on that on a previous show, and I thought, what the fuck, why not? That might be really cool, you know what I mean? Give us some commentary, and I did a survey that a lot of people have taken, and it seems that the general consensus is people would love to see some live visual fucking podcasts. So I thought, Twitch channel, why not? Might be a good time to start. So I'm going to get a few things taken care of to get that facilitated the best I can, so it's the best possible quality, and we'll go from there, and I'll definitely let you guys know when it's going to be debuted, and you can check it out, and if it goes well, then I'll start doing more live stuff, too, and I want to interact with my fans as much as possible. I think that's the most important thing, right, is touch base with the fans and be accessible and, you know, hear from you guys. I think I hate that right now it's like email and shit like that is basically the only fucking way to communicate with you guys, so I want to be able to, like, in real time, touch base with you guys, shoot the shit, and get your feedback and see what you guys would like to hear more of and see what you'd like to see, visually, and just see what you're into and just kind of get to know you guys a little bit, you know what I mean? It seems like you guys got to know me, and so, you know, it'd be cool to get to know you guys. In terms of games, I don't know about you guys, man, but I fucking love some of these cell phone games. It's fucking ridiculous. They're so good for killing time. And I wasn't going to get into this, but fuck it. I'm going to put this out there right now. I love that fucking Clash Royale shit. It is such a fucking fun game. It's so addicting when you have time to kill and you're just kind of sitting around and you're doing fucking nothing for a few minutes and, you know, just get a few rounds in. Very competitive. So I'm going to put this out there. Fuck it. If you ever play against a dude that's name is Tattness X, that's me. So if you've ever played against me, if you've beaten me, or if you do play against me and you ever beat me, what the fuck, man? I thought we were cool, you know? Nah, man, it's good. It's fun. So just kind of putting that out there. So if you ever fucking played against me, or if you ever do play against me, it'll be cool, man. Let me know. Send me an email and say I whipped your ass, you know? Rub it in my face that you fucking smoked me. But I do okay. I do okay. So, but hey, man, if you ever do end up playing against me, man, let me know. Shoot me a fucking email at tattnesspodcast@gmail.com and talk some trash, bro. I might even read it on the air. It'll be fucking cool. I love competitive nature, so I think it'd be cool to hear that you fucking whooped my ass. Let me know how you did it, too. So I'll recognize you, and I'll remember you, and I want a rematch, just so you know. So let's get into some shit here. Video games, I think, are kind of a subject that we've touched on quite a bit, and I think we'll get into that more in the future, but I just wanted to, for now, announce the debut of the fucking Twitch channel coming up in the near future, and we're going to get into, I think tomorrow I'm going to record more Halloween stuff. This is more like just to cleanse the palate a little bit. I don't want you guys getting sick of the same old shit, right? So I figure we'll touch on some new shit. So we'll talk about the survey. I took a survey to hear back some feedback from my listeners and see what you guys want. And it seems you guys would like to hear, the majority would like to hear more shows about serious subjects as well as the comedic shit. And some people, it seems the majority would like to hear some music fucking topics and things of that nature. And so definitely look forward to that. We're going to get into that, and I love it. I think music is one of the things I love most. It's just sad that these days a lot of things are shit, man. It's really hard to get into music these days without it being more about the business side of it and the shit that goes on, because there's so many fucking sellout musicians these days. And some of the fucking bands that you loved for so long, you hear some negative shit. And it's just disheartening. So I hate talking about that kind of shit when it comes to, you know, taking the focus off the art and more about the business end of it. But that's where we're at now, unfortunately. That seems to be the way things are going. But I still feel like there's some really, you know, solid fucking bands and rappers and shit that are still so fucking worthy of talking about, because they're staying fucking committed to their art and not selling out. So we'll get into some of that, and if you want to email who you'd like to hear about, that's cool too, man. Send it to the tattnesspodcast@gmail.com. We'll get into that. I do take fucking suggestions from my fans, man. Whatever you guys want to hear, that's what I'm here for. I've got a lot going on, so if you guys got some ideas that you would like to hear, that helps. And if not, fuck it. We'll just roll with it, right? And see where it goes. But we're going to get into the Halloween stuff, I think, again tomorrow. We have a few ideas kind of that we were discussing, which, you know, we want to do a little bit of a elimination style tournament for the best TV Halloween specials. What shows had the best TV Halloween specials? Because there's always fucking really good ones this time of year, and I love it. So it's officially October. We're getting closer to Halloween. We have to fucking really get into this Halloween shit now. So we're going to do that. We're going to get into the fucking specials that we grew up with on TV. Some of the newer ones even. And just who holds out the best. Who fucking still stands out and holds up after all this time. I think that'll be cool, man. So we're going to get into that. And there's some stuff about horror movies we'd like to get into. And things of that nature. There's a new law now. Well, it's not new at all. It's actually a law from the 70s that's kind of being rehashed. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's a lot of horror movie remakes that have been officially canceled that were going to happen. Nightmare on Elm Street being one of them. After the Conjuring movies were done, there is going to be a remake, or a reboot, of Nightmare on Elm Street yet again. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, fuck, that's not happening now. Friday the 13th, same thing. So basically this law, there's a lawyer that addressed a law that was established in the 70s where once an intellectual property reaches 35 years old, it goes automatically back to the original creator. They get the rights back. So all they have to do is give 2 years notice that, hey, you know, in 2 years when my intellectual property reaches the age of 35, I want my fucking rights back. And the movie companies have no choice but to either strike up a new deal or just accept that they want the rights back and hand it over. So, as it turns out, that just happens to be the age of a lot of the stuff we grew up with. So, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, a lot of the Stephen King stuff. And Stephen King has kind of sent out mass letters to every, you know, fucking movie production company, letting them know he wants the shit back. He wants his rights back to all his movies, and that's why Pet Sematary was rebooted, because it was a cash grab. It was just kind of like, all right, cool, you can have it back, but let us fucking tarnish the image of it first by doing a fucking mediocre at best reboot. I haven't seen it, but that's the consensus I'm hearing, is that it was fucking terrible. Or just lackluster. Maybe not terrible, maybe that's harsh, but just not great, not overwhelming. But that's why they just want to milk it for what it was fucking worth financially. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you had Wes Craven's estate being notified that they can officially, in 2 years' time, regain the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street. So they contacted the company that had the rights to that and told them that, you know, in 2 years they want the rights. And that company said, fuck it, you can have it now. So they obviously had no interest in redoing a new one. So my hope for that is, and I know you guys might fucking want my head for this because you may not agree with it, but if there's going to be inevitably another fucking reboot, I think this is the greatest thing to happen, because that frees up the opportunity for Blumhouse to fucking go and say, hey, let's work something out, because I think they did a great job on the new Halloween movie, and they got 2 more, so I thought, fuck it, who better, you know what I mean? It seems that everything Blumhouse does is pretty fucking good, so I would like to see some more of their shit. So, I mean, fuck it. If it has to happen, why not have the best possible people do it? And maybe give it a fighting chance. Maybe they'll even talk Robert Englund into coming back and doing one more time, because he did say recently that he's willing. He's open to it. So, you know, to do it one more time. So why not? You know, I think it'd be great. And you just can't let that die. You know what I mean? Maybe make up for some of the later stuff that tarnished the image of the whole series. Who knows? I think it'd be cool. Nostalgia reasons especially. You're not looking to make, like I said before, you're not looking to win a fucking Academy Award with this kind of shit. You just want that nostalgia trip. You just want the entertainment value of it all. So why not, you know? So we're going to get into stuff like that with the horror movies and what's canceled, what's coming out, what we'd like to see, what we don't want to see, what was terrible. And we're going to talk about some of the horror remakes that, not the ones we've already touched on, but the others that, you know, some of them surpassed the original, believe it or not. And then some of them are just fucking stale. Some of them were just almost spot on the same, so it was kind of pointless. So we're going to touch on all that too. But I figured tonight, let's talk about life shit, man, because we all go through it, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's this huge disconnect, and there's like this huge misconception, I think, that people like me experience life so much differently than somebody who's maybe not living their dream, maybe working for someone else. And I remember that struggle, dude. It's, you know, nobody wants to pay you nothing, and the work is hard, and it's long hours, you're never with your family, shit like that. I get all that, dude. I've been there. And yeah, maybe that's not my life anymore. Maybe I'm getting to live my dream, and I'm an MMA fighter, and I'm a fucking author, and an artist, and all this other shit. Podcast host, business owner, and yeah, I've had some fucking, you know, blessings, man, some serious opportunities, but life is still the same on this side, dude. Like, we still all have our struggles and shit. We all go through it. So, and recently, Mental Health Awareness Month, like, fuck, dude, I may have missed my boat on that, but it seems like everybody's jumping on that bandwagon and just beating people over the fucking head with it. So I don't want to get into that too much, but I do want to say, man, if you're depressed, if you're going through some shit and you feel a certain way about it and you just don't think it's going to end, and, you know, it's getting really hard and it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, I assure you, it is going to get better. And if you're really feeling like you're done, please just remember one thing for me, man. The world is a better place with you in it. So don't make a permanent solution for a temporary problem. There's so many people you could talk to, man, that care. You can talk to me, dude, if you fucking need somebody to listen to you. Tattnesspodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up and I'll fucking talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do anything that is going to leave everybody devastated, because there's no takebacks. You know what I mean? You can't just say, okay, that was a hard day, and now I'll just come back from the grave and fucking, you know, get a redo. It doesn't work that way, man. So just ride it out, talk to somebody, talk to me, whoever you need to, man. I'm always here, and I'm always more than happy to talk to any of my fans that need it. And, you know, never be afraid to reach out. Even if it's to me, you know, I'm always here. I'm always here. I will always make time for all of you. I don't care what part of the world you're in. I will always be here to listen to you guys and to help you through the best I can. I'll talk to you through, because I've been there too, dude. I've fucking gone through so much shit in my life, you have no idea. So don't think like I'm impervious to this shit, because that's not the case. I'm at a point in life where, you know, I don't know about you guys, man. I know we all go through our bullshit, but I'm thankfully at a point, like I was talking to a friend who's going through some really fucked up relationship shit, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, it sucks, and I'm just so grateful that I'm in a place in my life right now where, yeah, I still have, my shit I deal with like everybody else, but in that sense, in a personal life sense, I have things kind of going in a drama-free way where I'm good, I'm comfortable, I'm fucking content. Obviously my professional life is fucking off the fucking charts, it's great, but my personal life, thankfully, is not a fucking mess either. I've kind of cut the dead weight, cut the fucking drama out, cut the people that just are disingenuous, that don't care. And then, people ask me a bunch of shit, like you would expect from anyone, of course. But people will ask, like, are there certain people, would you talk to them again? And, look, man, I'm all about forgiveness, but there's just certain people that the damage is done. And the thing that they've done, I'll be civil, but there's not going to be a relationship there of any kind. No friendship, no fucking, I'm open to, because that was the big question. Are you open to talk to this person or this person or this person? And I'm going to watch how I word this real carefully, especially when it comes to exes, because I have a few that I'm very close with right now that I still talk to. So when I say this, I'm not, talking about the people that I currently do talk to like all the time. I'm talking about the people that I currently have no communication with. I described it to the person when they asked if I was open to it. I was like, well, I'm about as open as, when you go to the doctors and you're fine, but you get that paranoia. So you're kind of like thinking, what if? Worst case scenario, what if they come out with some shit that I was not prepared for? And then you start to live in your head and you worry about it so much. And then there's that weird acceptance of just like, you're building this up in your head where it's nothing, but it's something. And you're just like, what if they hit me with this bomb that I never saw coming? And then you freak out, you go through that weird acceptance of like, well, maybe living with AIDS won't be so bad. Even though damn well you ain't got nothing. Well, that's about as open as I am, I think, to talking to a lot of people is just, the equivalent to maybe living with AIDS wouldn't be so bad. I just fucking don't have the patience. I'm in a way different place in my life, and there's nothing for me to gain from letting certain types of people back into my happy environment, you know what I'm saying? It's like pouring toxic fucking waste into your fucking pristine environment. It's probably not a good idea. And any bullshit that comes with that, you brought it on yourself because you opened the fucking gates and let them back in your life. So, it's nothing hostile at all. It's, it may sound that way, but it's not. It's just some people haven't changed a bit, and quite frankly, I'm a different fucking person than I was that time, in my life. And I do not need that kind of bullshit. My life is fucking kind of meshing really well, and everything's going great in that sense, and my circle is small and tight and fucking, drama-free. I have a tight-knit little family I've put together of people that I fucking trust with everything. So, I mean, I think that's important, and sometimes maybe when your life is not going so hot and your special, especially your personal life, sometimes maybe it has everything to do with the people that you fucking allow into your life. Sometimes people are dead fucking weight that contribute nothing at all but negativity and fucking drama. I mean, I don't hate anybody at all. I truly don't hate anybody. I have no hostility towards anybody at all. I don't give people that kind of energy. Or the power to put my fucking mood in a dark place. You know what I'm saying? It just takes too much energy. And, yeah, there's people that are petty. There's people that are fucking, they thrive on drama. So you go a year without giving them attention, they got to start some shit, right? So fuck them. You know what I mean? I move on. I delete it. I fucking don't respond to it. I don't acknowledge it. I'm not giving it attention, man, because that's not who I am. Not anymore. I used to buy right into that shit, and I'd fucking fly off the handle and just give them a piece of my fucking mind. But what's the point? That's what they're looking for. They're fucking trolls in every sense of the word. And some people just love drama. And it makes them feel fucking self-righteous and like that, they're always right because they're fucking narcissistic. So, no, I don't really have any desire to talk to any of these people. And quite frankly, I just don't feel like I have anything left to say to them. After some of the shit that's been done as of late and true colors showing and people just being who the fuck they are. it's not, they're not who I fucking once cared about. So I don't really feel like rehashing the fucking past is a good idea. Remember the good times, and that's about it. And leave the fucking rest. And that's my advice to you guys, man. Don't hold grudges. Don't fucking let people into your life that thrive on drama. And here's a piece of advice for you that I learned along the way. And it's a really tricky one to figure out and differentiate. But when somebody comes to you and says, hey, so-and-so is talking shit about you and saying this about you and saying that about you, reevaluate, just take a good long look at who's telling you this shit and think about their actions in the past. Because sometimes they're just telling you because they think you have a right to know. But a lot of the time, honestly, it's people that fucking just love drama. So chances are they're going to that person too and saying the same shit. And they just want to see a fucking fight because they love this shit. So, there's people that fucking don't feel you need that negativity. So if they hear something, they're just like, fuck it. They leave it alone. They don't fucking feel the need to come running and telling you, because all that's going to do is create stress in your life and create drama for like the fucking world to see. And there's so many people that will get on social media and just make this big public fucking feud go down. And people love that shit, but it doesn't do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? So we've all fallen for it at least once or twice in our lives, right? So, unfortunately, you got to learn from experience. So just don't fucking give people that kind of energy, man. Don't give them the attention they so desperately fucking seek, because they're not worth it. And it's a sad existence when you can fucking jump in. There's people that'll jump in and side with someone that they've never met before to talk shit about someone they've never even had a conversation with before. And it's really fucking sad to see grown-ass people fucking living that way. But, hey, it is what it is, man. I personally don't give a fuck. I just keep doing my thing, being successful. I didn't get to where I'm at by being a petty fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? So just let things go, dude. And that's my life advice to you guys. It's like with this fucking all this social media shit, there's so many fucking cowards that appear to be brave because they can hide behind their screen and talk shit. So it's really easy to fall into that trap, and then fucking it becomes depressing, I think a lot of people's depression fucking not caused by all this bullshit, but it sure as fuck doesn't help. You know what I mean? When you have nonstop 24/7 having access to all this negativity and ignorance on the fucking internet, it's fucking terrible, dude. Like, there's no reprieve from it. Anyone that would never fucking dare even give you a dirty look in the streets will fucking say the most horrendous shit about you over the fucking internet because they feel safe doing it. And I think that's fucking terrible. I think that is probably the worst fucking use of internet that could possibly be fucking used for. Like, you guys, man, I know it's hard to, like, not let shit like that bother you, but you gotta just not give those people the fucking attention they're so desperately seeking, because then you're playing into it, and the more you pay attention to them, the more they're gonna do it, because you're validating them. You're making them feel like they have a fucking purpose now. Be the bigger person. Just fucking ignore it, and that pisses them off a whole lot more. Be successful as best you can. Pursue whatever the fuck it is you want to do and shove it down their throats, man. That will really fucking rub them the wrong way. That's the best payback, you know what I'm saying? Just keep being you, keep being successful fucking at everything you do. Whether it's your fucking regular 9-to-5 job or whatever, you can fucking do that the best of your ability until, you can learn enough to run your own business. It's fine, dude. Like, there's so many possibilities. Just be the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? And fuck the haters, and don't let the heady children fucking that are allegedly grown-ass people. You got fucking people that have children of their own acting like fucking children because the internet makes them feel safe to do so. It's so fucking pathetic. So I've dealt with that a couple times in the past 2 weeks now, and it's nothing new. I just ignore it and I fucking move on, and then people get the fucking hint that you're not even on my radar. You're not going to get my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking above that bullshit. I'm not, why would I ruin my career and my success or take time away from enjoying my fucking success and enjoying my life by paying attention to some idiot from the past that fucking wants to rehash some old bullshit. Like, could you be any more blatant? You fucking are desperate for my attention because now you see I'm on a world fucking platform that I'm gonna make you famous now. Fuck you, dude. You know what I'm saying? So let's not be petty people. Let's just fucking grow up, okay? I don't mean you guys. You guys don't fucking, I'm sure, don't do that bullshit. It's, you know, it's the fucking people that have nothing going on in their lives. So they live on the internet trying to make everybody think that they're fucking doing so well. But when you know them, you know the truth. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of sad. But, you know, I can Google their name and nothing comes up. So, I mean, how successful could they fucking be? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hilarious, but kind of sad. So I think, you know, when you let the wrong people into your life, it can kind of contribute to your fucking stresses and your depression and shit like that. So sometimes you just got to clean house a little bit. I'm not saying be introverted and cut everybody out of your life, but look at the people that are there because of something you could do for them rather than what they can contribute to your life. And if they don't really care about you, then why are they there? You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, we're not in high school anymore. The popularity thing is not important. It's the quality of people, not the quantity. You know what I'm saying? If you have like 1,000 fucking friends, chances are none of them give a shit or contribute anything positive to your life, except for the ones that you actually physically hang out with almost daily, that check on you to make sure you're good. Pay attention to people's actions. That's, you know, the best advice I could possibly give is really monitor people's actions, because anyone can blow smoke up your ass and tell you how great they think you are, but when you need them, are they there? That's the important thing. So I think a lot of mental health shit stems from the people we allow into our environment and whether or not they pollute it or they fucking improve it. You know what I'm saying? So always be cautious of that and pay attention to who does what in your life and make the proper cuts. You know, I think that's kind of our responsibility. We're responsible for our own happiness. So if somebody's fucking with our happiness, then it's on us to remove them. You know what I'm saying? So just never let it go too far and never let people bring you down to a level where there's no coming back from it. You know what I'm saying? There's people to talk to. There's people to reach out to. You can reach out to me, like I said. And, yes, it will be me that you're talking to. I'm not going to have somebody else fucking, you know, answering for me. I will one-on-one with you, man. And, we'll kick that shit. You know what I mean? And I'll give you my experiences and we'll talk it through and, you know, you can really go from there and turn your life around, but don't fucking end it because people will miss you, man. I'll fucking miss you. I don't want to fucking not see you guys popping up on my fucking numbers or on my video feeds when I do the live thing. I want to talk to all y'all, man. I don't want to fucking feel like someone's missing. So don't fucking do anything crazy and don't do anything that all of us are going to regret because the world will not be the same without you, man. I promise you that. So anyways, man, I don't want to beat you over the head with that depressing shit. I just want you to know there's hope, there's people, there's me. If you want to fucking talk, I'm always happy to listen, and I mean that sincerely. So, from someone that's been there. So, I got a lot of shit going on now, and, you know, my personal life is getting really fucking weird, and, you know, there's people playing games, popping up, and fucking testing the waters, I think, a little bit, trying to see if they could reach out to me and fucking cause some more bullshit. You know, it is what it is, man. It's crazy. I still have my struggles like every normal fucking, you know, I'm just a regular ass person that has a cool job. Just happen to be blessed and get successful, fucking working hard enough. I earned what I have, but I still feel fortunate, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I know I'm fortunate. So, I mean, there's people that bust their ass day in and day out, and for some reason things just don't click, and they don't get to where they want to be, and it's unfortunate, and I don't know why that happens. So, I'm just considering myself very fortunate and blessed to be able to do what I do. So, you know, I'm a regular-ass person. I have my fucking issues, too, like anybody else. I have my life that gets a little weird sometimes, gets a little crazy. You know, it has its drama. It has its contributors to, you know, that bring drama, and I just kind of weed it out. I'm in a weird spot in a sense. I'm kind of a gregarious motherfucker. I do enjoy people's company, but at the same time, I'm introverted a little bit. I wouldn't say antisocial. I think that's a little excessive because, like I said, I do enjoy people's company. But at the same time, I'm very withdrawn sometimes, and sometimes I just stay introverted and just want to be alone. And it's not that anyone did anything wrong. It's just that vibe of like, you just get tired of fucking having to entertain. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just want to be alone with your thoughts. Maybe do some art or something and just mellow out. Maybe watch some fucking movies and just blow off some steam. Or play stupid fucking cell phone games. That shit is fun. But whatever works for you, man. Just don't let yourself convince yourself that you're alone, because you're not, ever. Okay? Like, there's always people. And myself included. If you guys need to talk, like I said, you're never alone. Even if you feel like you might be, that's just the depression trying to convince you that you are alone. And I've been there too, man. And I have my days. Like, I lost a child, dude. You know what I mean? And then I have people fucking talking all sorts of bullshit. And, it's fucking crazy. So sometimes it's real easy to let it get to you. But if you have the right people around you, they remind you who the fuck you are. And they remind you that those people don't matter. And you kind of dust yourself off and be like, you're right, fuck it, and you move on. Because the people that matter know the truth. So, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And it's, when you have the truth, and people are spreading fucking bullshit about you, you always have proof of the facts, right? So, don't let it fucking bother you, because if you really had to fucking show proof of what's really going on, you'll always fucking be able to do it. People slip up when they lie. You know what I'm saying? People will always fuck up when they lie. So, don't sweat the small stuff, man. I have my normal fucking everyday struggles like anybody else. Yeah, maybe it's not financially or whatever the fuck, but on a personal level, it gets really hard to determine who the fuck cares about you and who's just in it for what you can do for them. And like I said, your name blows up and you're all over the fucking place with a new project, even though you're successful in other fields. People pop up out of nowhere to fucking see what they can get out of you, and it sucks, dude. Like, you're a human being and you feel used all the time. It's not a good feeling. So you're not the only ones that have experienced that, I assure you, but I know you probably have as well. Who hasn't? We're all fucking human. We always encounter shitty fucking people that just have no morals, no moral compass whatsoever, no fucking decency. Sometimes, they exist, sorry, but let's just fucking surround ourselves with the good people, the ones that truly care. The ones that, no matter what they go through, man, they're there for you, and they're empathetic, and they understand, and that's the important thing. I've cut out fucking friends that I've known for like 20 years because they just weren't there. When I needed them, they weren't fucking there. They had other more important shit to do, but every fucking time their life falls the fuck apart, guess who's there for them? All reliable, right? I'm sure you've all been there. So eventually you have to kind of put your foot down and say, I don't care who this fucking person is or how much history I have with them. They're not that person anymore. So maybe it's time I part ways. You know what I'm saying? Before I feel negatively about them, and I don't want to do that. So we all have our personal shit, right? We all have personal lives that get complicated, and none of us, even us successful fucking cats that everyone perceives as super fucking different and like think that our lives are so perfect. Dude, we're not fucking immune to this shit. It's human nature that none of us can escape. I don't care how much fucking success you have. There, it doesn't change the people around you. It doesn't change who you are as a person. It doesn't stop the fact that, you have your fucking inner thoughts and struggles and demons and fucking all that shit, right? So I just want to get rid of that common misconception that as soon as you're successful, all your problems in the world just cease to exist, because that's bullshit, man. If anything, it's just a new batch crop up. You know what I'm saying? It's just a new type of problem that's so unfamiliar and weird. When you have nothing and you're struggling, fucking nobody's trying to use you for anything because you ain't got fucking nothing for them to use. You know what I mean? But you become successful, you see who your real fucking friends are. And to be honest with you, at this point, I dare say, with the exception of a few, the majority of people that have been the kindest to me have been complete fucking strangers. The people that have been more trustworthy to me than anyone had been complete strangers. Whereas so-called friends that I used to call family only come around, only fucking message me when they want something. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I never hear from them. They don't support my shit. They don't like anything that I do. They don't support anything I do, but they want the fucking benefits of it. So it's a fucked up life, dude. And that shit cuts deep. So, I mean, that in itself is, I think, more painful than any kind of financial struggle that I've ever gone through. I've been fucking homeless as a teenager when I left home at 15. I've been broke. I've been fucking struggling and all that shit. But what hurt more was knowing that when I had nothing, nobody was there. And now that I have anything I fucking want, all of a sudden those same people come around like I owe them fucking something and, you know, want to pretend that they're my biggest supporters. And they're not. And half the time, they don't even fucking pretend that they support my shit. They just figure because they know who I am still, fucking, I'll just hand them something. And it's like, really? Wow. Thanks. You know what I mean? Like, no fucking respect whatsoever for you as a human being. And they don't even put in the effort to pretend that they give a fuck about you. It's really, like, surreal. It's kind of bizarre to live that experience. So... and I'm not trashing people, it's just my perception of things, it's just my observation, it's the observation of the people around me that do care, and, I don't know, it's just weird, and it's hard to get used to, and it sucks, but it ends up leading me to be even more introverted and just cut ties with people, so it's not that I want to, it's just... sometimes it's a necessity. I'd rather hang with my fans than the people that I once called friends. I would rather get to know complete strangers that support me rather than fucking the pretenders that, because I've known them for years, think that I don't see that they don't really support anything I do. You know what I mean? Like, they've never watched one of my fights. They've never fucking bought one of my books. They've never, you know, bought any of my clothing line shit. And yet they are totally comfortable with coming to me to ask for shit. They never come to me and say, hey, how are you? You know, like, fucking, how are things? So, it's just funny to me that people can do that kind of shit. It's kind of low in my view, but it is what it is, man. It takes all types to make the world go around, you know what I'm saying? So fuck it, you know? I just want you guys to know that I'm a human being like anybody else. We all have our shit, so don't think that us people that are living our dream fucking don't experience the same kind of shit you go through. I think we have a lot more in common than you would imagine, so, you know, feel free to reach out, man. Let's talk. I never bought into that bullshit of being so successful that you're above everybody else, man. I'm just a fucking dude with a cool job. I'm a fan like anybody else. So, like, if you see me out, feel free to talk to me. And, you know, you ever want to email and shoot the shit, whatever, fucking track me down, dude, and let's talk. I'm not above that. I love to connect with my supporters. That's why I want to do live videos and shit where, like, you have that chat bar where you can shoot the shit and I can answer your questions or we can just talk, you know? I love that. I dig it. So I'm working on making that the best it possibly could be by getting all the proper equipment and shit like that and just trying to make it really fucking smooth and work well. And just make it the best possible experience for you guys so we can touch base and I can thank you personally for all the support rather than doing it through here, you know what I mean, or through fucking emails. But until then, that's an option, you know, email me if you want and we'll talk. And, you know, shoot me an Instagram message or whatever, you know, and Twitter, fucking whatever, dude, Facebook, I don't care. Like, however you want to reach out and it's fine, you know, like we can talk. I'm not one of those people that won't respond. I think that's fucking so egotistical that people lose sight of who made them fucking successful. If it wasn't for my supporters, I wouldn't be doing this shit. So, you know, you have to keep that in mind and keep yourself grounded. Never forget where you come from, man, because, you know, it can be taken away from you very quickly. If you don't appreciate it, you don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? If you fucking start acting like you're better than the people that fucking made you successful by supporting you, then you deserve to lose all the success, because people fucking deserve respect. If they're going to support what you do and they're going to be fans of your work, treat them like fucking respectable human beings, like you would want them to treat you, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't buy into that like fucking rock star lifestyle bullshit of I'm too good for everybody and I'm fucking just so important now because I'm successful in all these fields. Fuck that bullshit, man. I got blessed, I got lucky, I got fortunate, I worked hard, and I never quit. That's all it was. And I'm blessed to say that it paid off. So I like to fucking hang with people and tell them what worked for me and give them pieces of advice on what to do and how to handle certain, stumble blocks where, you're going to trip along the way. That's the biggest test. I always say, like, when something goes wrong, this is that test to see if you deserve this. Because if you quit on it, you're not going to get it. But if you find a way, to make it work and you push through, then eventually you're going to get it. You know what I mean? So that's what worked for me all this time. So just don't let people put their fucking limitations on you, man. I've said to somebody before, when we're toddlers, learning to walk, the average person falls on their ass 50 to 150 times before successfully walking. But at no point in their life as a toddler does it ever cross their mind that, hey, maybe walking is just not for me. No, they keep fucking trying until they do it. You know what I mean? No matter how many times they fall. So at what point do you let life dictate to you that maybe something's not for you? Like, what causes that? Is it people that come into your life that try to tell you that because they failed and gave up on something that you can't do it neither and you just believe it? What makes people suddenly just accept that, there's limitations? Sometimes something's just not for you. I don't care what it is, dude. Fucking, if you put enough hours into it and really, really try to improve, eventually you're going to nail it, and if you keep that up, eventually you're going to be better than most at it. So I don't get why people just are so quick to give up on themselves and have no faith in themselves. You got to believe in yourself, man, because if you don't believe in you, other people won't. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to pitch something that you're working on, you have to believe in it before anyone else will. If you don't believe in what you're doing, why the fuck should anybody else? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be the first to really believe in something so hard that other people fucking, it's contagious, where they fucking see how much you believe in it, that it's like, this has to be fucking legit, because I now catch myself believing in it because you're so passionate about it. You have so much faith in it that you're giving me confidence in it. You know what I mean? So I think that's some advice for people that are trying to get outside of their box and not work for someone the rest of their life. If you're not working on realizing your dream, then you're fucking helping somebody else realize theirs. If you're working for someone else, making them rich while they keep you poor, then it's because you're not really focused on your dream. And yeah, I know, time, everyone has a problem with time. But we all have 24 hours in the day, man, and it's what you do with it. The difference between someone super successful and someone who's struggling is what they do in their 24 hours. If you want to give up sleep to fucking work hard for, your dream, you're probably going to be more successful than someone that sleeps and says, well, I have to go to my job, and then I have to sleep, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. I don't have time to work on my goal. Well, then you're not going to fucking get it. Sorry, but that's just the way it goes. You have to make time to invest in your goals and make time to work at it, because nothing happens overnight. And even the things that we think fucking just kind of popped up overnight, I assure you did not. There was a lot of work put in. There was a lot of years of grinding and trying to get recognized and noticed. And I can tell you from experience, man, I did not just pop up over fucking night like some people think. I had to go through a lot of shit. I fucking had to battle through so much shit to get where I'm at. So I assure you, nothing happens overnight. Nothing comes for free. I had to make time. There was a time when I was working 2 fucking jobs. So I was doing 18-hour shifts and then go to the gym for an hour, fucking eat, sleep for maybe an hour or 2, whatever I was able to do, and then go start all over again, do it all fucking over again. So, it's tough, but I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? And thankfully, I don't have to do that shit anymore. I'm in a good spot. thankfully, but it took a lot of years of busting my ass, but it's so fucking worth it, because now I'm in a position where I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. If something doesn't appeal to me, I'm not going to do it for money, because I think that's very see-through, and I'm not going to sell myself out to be some kind of cheap whore. You know what I mean? You got to fucking stand by who you are as a person and stay true to who you are, and don't do things just for money, because people will see through that. And if people know you're just doing something for money, they're not going to support it, because it makes you look like a disingenuous prick. So, you have to have respect for your fans and your supporters by only doing what speaks to you. You know what I mean? So thankfully I'm in a position where I don't have to do anything that I don't want to, that doesn't appeal to me. I could pursue all the things that really do appeal to me, that sound like it would be a fun time for me, something I'd be passionate about. But if it doesn't appeal to me, I don't have to do it. And, I don't need the money. So it's fucking cool that I'm in that position, and that's probably the most rewarding part of it all. It's not the money or the lifestyle or the traveling or fucking none of that. As nice as all that is, sure. It's being able to be more who you are than ever, you know what I mean? Because you're in a position where you could do stuff for free for people and show them, like, that's just who you are. You can afford to do that. You don't have to charge people because of necessity, because your bills aren't going to get paid otherwise. I get to do that kind of shit, and I love it. I love helping people. I love doing things for people, and, simple things go a long way. Whether it's do some art for somebody and they dig it so much, and they're like, dude, this looks like so fucking realistic and blah, blah, blah. They love it. I'm like, cool, it's yours then. If you appreciate it that much, you can have it. I'm not going to sell it to somebody. I don't fucking need to do stupid shit like that. But, I don't need to take on projects that just aren't for me, just because it's a payday. That's fucking terrible. So I'm blessed that I don't have to sell myself out and do things just for a payday. I don't believe in that, and I never have. So fucking the last time I ever did that was when I worked, a 9 to 5 for a company and no company in particular. It's just the kind of work you don't want to do, but you have to, because things need to get paid for, right? So those days are done, thankfully, and I just never want to go back to doing things just for the money because I had to. I don't have to now. So I'm in a position where I get to pick and choose what would be sincere if I did it. You know what I mean? If I'm not passionate about it, I'm not going to touch it. So that it is what it is, man. And I think people see that. I think people see that everything I do it wholeheartedly, and I care about it. So I think that's why I have as many fans as I do, is because they fucking see that I do care about what I'm doing. I do love what I'm doing, and I do it for them, as much as I do it for my own enjoyment. So it's important. Stay grounded, stay humble, and never forget where you come from, because you could always go back there, and I don't regret any of my hardships, man. I fucking wouldn't change it. It builds character. I always tell people, and it makes people pissed, I think, because it does sound kind of overly optimistic, but I truly believe there's no bad days, man. There's just character building days, because nothing you go through negative, nothing that you go through like that is gonna not fucking change your character in some way and make you stronger. So keep that in mind. Don't ask why me, just fucking challenge that shit, you know what I mean? Because you're always going to get through it, no matter what. It only seems as bad as it is because you're in it at the time. If you look back at some of the shit that you thought was like the worst day of your life, 9 times out of 10, unless it's a tragedy or a huge loss, if it's just a bad fucking day, you're in the middle of it, it feels like the worst thing you'll ever go through. And then you look back at it now that you're on the other side of it, and you're like, I kind of overreacted a little bit, maybe a little too dramatic about that. Maybe it wasn't as bad as it seemed. So we all fucking do that, dude. It's just when you're in the middle of it, it just feels so overwhelming. It feels like the worst fucking day of your life. But then, certain tragedies or losses come along that really put that in perspective. And you're like, was it really the worst day of my life? Not so much, right? So I just want to talk to you guys about life today. There's going to be a Halloween show coming too, so don't worry. And I don't want to bore you with this shit. I just want to touch base with my fans, man, and just let them know I'm a human fucking being just like all of you. I'm not above anybody. Just because I, found success in MMA and business and writing books and shit, it's just because it's stuff I enjoy. You know what I mean? I'm not above anybody. I'm not better than anybody. So I love to talk to you guys. I love doing this show because I feel like I'm kind of talking to you guys, even though you can't visually see me or I can't fucking see you. I know you're there, and I see the analytics, man. I know you're fucking listening, so I love that. I love talking to you guys, but I want to do it on more of a live, real-time touch base kind of thing where you guys can talk to me as well. So I'm working on that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be really cool, and hope to reach more people. But right now, man, on SoundCloud alone, I've reached so many fucking countries. It's super cool, and I got a lot of love for all you guys, man, and for all those countries. I'm going to start doing some trips to do meet and greets and things like that again. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I look forward to meeting all of you and just hanging out, man, and just answer questions and really touch base and kind of, get to know my fans and my supporters the best I can, because without you, man, I wouldn't be doing this, and I can't stress enough how fucking appreciated you guys are. So if you're supporting people that don't appreciate it, you might want to reevaluate who you're supporting, because, they've lost sight, and that's unfortunate. It really is. So, at the end of the day, make sure that the people that you're supporting appreciate you, because you're the reason they're successful. You supported them. You helped them fucking realize that what they're doing matters. So, if they lose sight of that, then they're jaded, and that's not a good thing. But sometimes, unfortunately, success can do that to people. So, I just want to touch base with you guys, talk about some life shit, and kind of clear up some of those misconceptions. And hopefully now you realize that we're all fucking just human beings on this ball of dirt trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? We're all just trying to get through life the best we can, as comfortable as we can, and build some fucking meaningful relationships with human beings that are worthy of it, that are good people. If you don't have good people in your life, you might want to change that, because that, I find, is where a lot of problems stem from, is who we surround ourselves with. If you surround yourself with negative people, you're going to become ultimately a negative person, inevitably. So sometimes, you'll find that your life gets a little less stressful if you cut out the right fucking people and keep the right people. Figure out who contributes what to life and just make the proper changes, the necessary cuts, right? And I think that's like such a valuable lesson that I've learned over the years. I cut out a lot of fucking people, man. But it was necessary. It was something they've done, not fucking just because I was in a bad mood one day. If people aren't supporting you with a simple, how are you? Then why fucking bother with them? If they don't care, and then you hear from them just because there's something you can do for them, it's not friendship, dude. They don't care. You know what I mean? It's not true friendship. Friendship works both ways, and if it's not working both ways, then it's not a true friend. It's somebody who is seasonal. When things are going good for you, then they want to be in your life. When things are tough, they suddenly become super busy, right? Bullshit. So we've all been there, successful or otherwise. It doesn't fucking matter. We've all been there. When I was struggling back in the day years ago, I was still there. It's just there's nobody trying to use me for shit because I had nothing to give. But fucking try to hang out with anybody. They were always too damn busy. Become a tattoo artist, dude. I tell you right now, fucking all of a sudden, everybody wants your time all the time because there's something you can do for them and save them a shit ton of money, right? Fuck that. I hope you guys aren't going through this kind of shit. Not as much as I've experienced anyway. I really hope not. I hope you guys have it a little easier than I do in that sense. But chase your dreams, man. Honestly, it's the best thing you'll ever do. Just the whole process, just moving forward slowly but surely. It feels a lot better than sitting around in a bad place wishing that things were better. So the best advice I can give is don't fucking rely on the support of other people to tell you that you can do it. Just fucking know that you can, and tell yourself that you can do it, and don't stop till you fucking do it. You know what I mean? Because other people don't give a shit. Other people aren't going to fucking, and I know that sounds harsh, but other people don't fucking care. Other people don't want to see you succeed. And as cynical as it sounds, I often tell people, do not post your fucking negative shit and your problems on the internet, because 80% of people don't give a fuck and 20% are glad that it's happening to you and not them, you know, unfortunately. So instead of expecting other people to support your fucking goals, just do it on your own, man. Push yourself. Learn to support yourself first. Learn to believe in yourself first. And that's a big part of it all. That's the biggest step, I think. And you'll fucking get there, dude. So I promise you, if you just never quit, no matter how hard it gets, there's days, dude, where it's just like, fuck, why do I bother? I even get those days still, and I'm fucking successful now, but, you know, I still get those days where I'm like, man, fuck this. You know, it's so easily done. It's human nature, right? Sometimes you just want to throw your hands up in the air and just be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, you know? But you can't. You got to keep pressing on. And take that moment if you need a break and walk away from it for like 5 minutes just to calm yourself and clear your head, and then get back to it, man. Things are going to get stressful along the way because life just wants to see that you deserve it, you know, that you're going to earn it. So keep at it, man. And I look forward to hearing your success stories. And if you have any success stories, no matter how big or small, man, you can always share them with me if you want to at, you know, like I said, tattnesspodcast@gmail.com. And let me know what you're proud of, what you've done. That anytime you guys have stories you'd like read on the air or something, man, to fucking encourage other people or just to share, feel free, man, send it. And let me know you want it read on the air. I'll fucking read it. That's cool. You know, I'd love to get to know you guys more. So my advice to you is never quit on yourself, because there's nobody that's more important on this planet that's going to be in your corner than yourself. You know, because you're the one that has to do the work. You're the one that has to go through all the fucking hard shit, the rejections, the fails, the fucking picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and going back at it. You're the one that has to do all that. There's nobody else that can do it for you. So who gives a shit at the end of the day if somebody doesn't believe in you? You gotta believe in you until everybody does. You know what I mean? Make people believe in you by fucking proving them wrong. And that's the biggest thing. So I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you guys, and maybe this wasn't as entertaining as you'd like, but some people, you know, the majority said they would like something a little more serious, and I thought, you know, this is a good opportunity to touch base with you guys, talk about life, let you know a little more of who I am as a human being and what I've come through. There's going to be an autobiography coming out I'm working on very soon. It'll be on Amazon. I'll let you know when that drops, and you'll get to know my whole fucking crazy life story if you so choose. But in the meantime, you know, I wanted to reach out and let you guys know that at the end of the day, the person you're supporting is just that, a person. So feel free to reach out, man, and never be afraid to talk to me or anybody, really, that you support. And if they respond, cool. They understand how this works. If they don't respond, then maybe they're too damn stuck up, and that's fucking unfortunate. And maybe they lost sight of why they're in the position they're in because of you guys, the fans, you know what I mean? So if they've lost sight of that, that's really unfortunate, but I don't plan to. So fucking, I'm not above talking to anybody, man. Reach out, let's talk, man. Maybe we become friends, who knows? But I thought this would be a good opportunity to fucking kind of put out some life shit, you know, talk about something a little more serious. And later today, I'll be recording a fucking new Halloween show, so don't worry, this is not your dose of entertainment for the fucking week. If it bored you, there is more shit coming. And down the road, there'll be other things too. You know, we're going to do Halloween shit down this week. We're going to do some other pop culture shit this week as well. And there's going to be a lot coming. Don't you worry, guys. Until then, man, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm getting the go home cue. And I'll catch your asses later, man. And thanks again for all the support. Thank you for fucking being so loyal all over the world. It means so fucking much. And like I said, do not quit on yourself. I'll catch your ass down the road, man. And I want to fucking see some success stories coming my way. Take care, man.